Alrighty. Is this bad boy on? Cool. We're cooking with gas. All right. It's Thursday. You know how we do? 50% off sale starts today. You can get any course at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills for 50% off using the promo code HUSTLING. We're going to integrate this chat a little bit. I'm going to explain some stuff to you guys. So once again, the sale is from today until Sunday. 50% off. The code is first link under the video. Let's talk about the debt-free life. You got to manage your money better. One of the biggest issues with American culture is this addiction to credit. I remember the first time I got a credit card. I was in the military, and I had bought a car 2 years previous to getting those credit cards. So I had credit history. I didn't understand that. I got a First Union Visa and a Citibank MasterCard. $1,500 limits. And I was just like so impressed with that I could spend, because you know at the time $1,500 was a lot of money. That was more than I made per month. And I was just like zooted up. So I did the typical American thing. I went out and I charged them up to $1,500 a piece. And I was making minimum payments. This is the American debt trap. It starts early because, you know, to get in the car, I actually saved up money. So I had cash to put down. That's how I was able to get the car without a cosigner. But I wasn't really ready for the credit cards. And then one day I'm in Riches. And Riches will give you a credit card that had different levels to the credit card. You would have the Riches store card. You would have a special furniture account. They had ways to hook you, right? So I got that Riches card. I got that Macy's card. I got the Kay's jewelry card. So I got all this stuff, and I accumulated this debt off of just buying stuff. I didn't have the understanding of how money works like I do now. Because if I had the understanding I have now, I never would have did any of that stuff. I don't even have any store credit cards. All my credit cards are Visa, MasterCard, American Express. But I was deep into the system. Got all these credit limits, paying minimum payments. So between my credit card payments and my car payment and my insurance payment, I didn't have a lot of extra money, which is another part of the American credit addiction. You know, as long as I got credit, I'm good. Those were some sad times. You know, I could say that now because I have the ability to look back and realize I just was out of control. And there are many people who are out of control because before you get any more credit, before you get business credit, you need to tame that beast inside. You need to be able to sit on money. You need to be able to sit on money without it burning a hole in your pocket. You need to be able to manage money. Very, very important lesson I'm about to give you. You should not take out loans unless you could take out a loan, put that money in the bank, have thousands of dollars, and not be tempted to go out and buy some BS with it. Because if you take a loan and you immediately got to go out to spend, you're in trouble, man. You're in a lot of trouble. There's so many bad things that can happen when you go ahead and become addicted and indentured into the American credit system. Because what I'm trying to tell you is, first thing you need to do is manage your money very well. Then the second thing you need to do is to make more money. So you want to have it where you're living off 30% of your income. And this includes your car. This includes your house. So you got 70% of your income free and clear. This is how one gets wealthy in the United States of America. This is how one plays the game. Because a bank, banks will give you money when you don't need it. When your credit score is high, you have no debt, they give you money all day long. And that's when you should borrow it, pay them back with their own money, and grow your credit profile. Because you want to use credit only to leverage assets that produce income. You don't want to take out a loan for a vacation. You don't want to spend money on some shoes. I remember I was dating this chick, and she spent $800 on some Jimmy Choos because they had a sale, and she got like 2 pair. $1,600 on some shoes. And that was her money. She was, just sitting there. And I thought, did she pay cash for that? Because she had paid cash, she'd been good to go. But if she had paid on credit and she was paying over time, she paid more for those shoes. You got to manage your money better. You want to get to the point, like I said, where you're living on 30% of your income, leaving 70% free and clear to invest, to stack, to make you some more money. Because one of the things that's going to happen in everyone's life, a little rain is going to fall. In everyone's life, there's going to be some disharmony. But fortunately, there are more good days than bad. And I know this is one of those topics that don't get a lot of views because people don't want to hear that they need to manage their money better. They don't want to hear that. Man, I just need to make more money. I'll be good. You need to manage your money very well that you already have, then make more money. Because this is what's happening. We got people out here who are, I was watching this thread the other night where people were using business credit cards and they were trying to figure out ways to get the credit line off the card and convert it to cash. And there was all these kind of schemes and stuff. And people were using PayPal accounts. Let me just tell you, if you have a PayPal account and use your American Express card on your PayPal account for a large number, like to take down the whole credit line, more than likely, American Express is going to cancel all your cards. American Express don't play that. And I was watching these people, take down their whole credit limit, use it, because these were business credit cards, and it wasn't going to show up on their personal credit, so it wasn't going to tank their score. And part of the American addiction is that people are unfamiliar with operating under their own cash. They don't know how to do it. They're not keyed in on that. They don't understand that. When you use your own cash, it's always cheaper. Like people going like, mortgages are 3% and 4%. Well, over the life of a 30-year note, if let's say your house was $150,000, you pay for 30 years, you're gonna give them back $300,000 to $400,000 at 3% and 4%. If you had the ability to pay cash, you've been done. You would have had more money. Because see, leveraged money is expensive money. Now, I do believe in leveraged money. Like, let's say you're a flipper. You got to go to a hard money lender. He's going to hit you over the head with three to 4 points, hit you over the head 15%, and you're going to have that high interest rate for 3 to 4 months. Do it. We're not talking 3 to 4 years. We're just talking 3 to 4 months. So I believe in using credit is a good thing if it's used to get income producing assets. Goonies girl, I never thought about my relationship with money, but now that I'm realizing I need to get it straight with money before I can even think about earning more income. This is a truism because many people use credit cards and they don't really see it as real money. They see it as a debit on a card. They don't see it as real dollars. And you got to go ahead and address your deficits and blind spots with money. Yeah, Black Caesar, that van life thing is tough. A lot of people doing van life, which kind of comes back to what we're talking about. Money. All these folks are not living in a van because they want to. They're living in a van because they see it as a way for them to have more money and to have freedom in life versus going out here and making more money. And once again, once you manage the money you have very well and your stress level across your life calms down, you'll find a lot of ways to make more money. And see, when the money comes in, you want it to be in the first position where it can sit in a checking account for a minute before you spend it. Because once you keep spending it, like some people's checking account is like a lunch pad. Check hits that checking account, bounce right out instantly because they already wrote checks. It's not good. So once you begin to master your money, then master the game of making money, you put yourself in a very rare position. You can be content, you can be happy, you can enjoy life, you can have everything you want in time. And this is what I want for you guys. But a lot of people out here, like, I've had people argue with me on my real estate investing strategy. I'm going in from a cash basis because I know I buy that house. I don't have a note on it. It's cheaper. And I plan on buying more than one house because I've had people break it down. You take that $200K, you put $40K down, you get a mortgage, you buy 5 houses. And every time I go back to these people and I ask them, is this what you're doing? Cricket, cricket, cricket. 90% of people's issues stem from lack of money. I don't know why people don't study money. Anthony Johnson, they should study the way to get money. Well, so many people live paycheck to paycheck. Getting out that cycle is hard. It's very hard because this is all they know. And they're going to have to get out that cycle to have the life that they want. Because once you cross over where you're really good with your money, then you cross over and you make more money, your life is dramatically going to change. You're going to see money stack. You're going to have money just all over the place. Your comfort level is going to be better. You're going to sleep better. You're going to have a more fulfilling life. And this is why people have got to get their debt levels under control. Like if you're growing, because this is something I see with pretty smart people. They'll be growing the business. They'll be going super hard. And they're growing too fast. And then something breaks, they slip. Then they're in a position where they're over leveraged and the bank's saying, hello, Carl, we want our money now. And they foreclose and it's all over. So once again, you should get your mind straight with the concept of money. That is a critical thing you're going to have to do, because once you reach the first level where your side hustle makes just as much money as your main job, you empower yourself for a greater life. You open up the doors to more opportunity. So, I'm debt free. I got a business loan out, and it's not really stressing me. But that's it. I don't have any car payments. I don't have any credit card payments. I don't have any loan payments. And I got a lot of cash. And I'm stacking my cash to deploy for income producing assets. You got to be, because the thing is, every time you take on debt, you reduce your purchasing power. And if you're not careful, like I was when I got my first credit card, my first store card, K's jewelry, all that BS, I just didn't have a lot of money because I was paying all those bills. Anthony Johnson. Terms like investment scare the shit out of them. Well, a lot of people don't want, look, there's only 32 of y'all here. A lot of people don't want to hear this. Lyndon, give me something where I can make more money without addressing or fixing any of my current problems. We have lottery winners. People win 10, 15, 20 million, $30 million. Within 5 years of winning the lottery, many of them in the worst of the situation because they don't understand money. They don't know how to handle money. I'm getting rid of my credit card debt, never making that mistake again. I mean, this is what you got to do, man. All right, Black Caesar. Because, credit is funny. When you don't need it, when there's a lot of money on your card, your balances are low, they love you. They'll raise your credit limit. But when you're in need, like you reduce one credit card by 50% this month, next month you hit another one by 60%. And see, they all talk to each other. This is why they do soft pulls of your credit report to see if you're getting out of bounds. And if you're getting out of bounds, cut. They're going to cut your limit. D Nice, how do you feel about taking a loan during the recession and buying stock with that loan? Stupid. That's just stupid. I live for this shit. Worked my 9 to 5 last night. Got off at 7 a.m. Hit the gym. Now I'm here. All right. Brittany S. When I was a typical American, I didn't even know what a savings account was. Nathan Harris, go ahead, get your 50% off The Art of Holding to help you with that question. Oh, Apple has a shiny new credit card. There's a lot of them out there, man. See, once you get to true money management, where you increase your income to virtually get anything you want, that's a whole new game. Because, like someone asked, should I take out a loan to buy stocks? When you start investing, you should be debt free. There are many people who try to cheat the system. They'll take out a loan to buy the asset, and hopefully the asset will stay together. D Nice, I say that because most people are too stupid. It's a dumb thing to do because unless you can guarantee that stock's going to go up, the chances of you losing money and having the additional burden of debt are super high. I don't know anything about federal contracts. I don't mess with the government. You got people out here who are fighting above, they're fighting weight. They're trying to do some stuff because they saw a boy like, Steve took out a loan and bought some stocks and he made money. But you don't know Steve has been studying stocks since high school. D of J, Uncle G, people are lazy. They do not want to put in the work. Like you've been saying, to build the empire starts with a holding company. You plus play mental chess, not checkers. And once again, during this building phase, when you're trying to get your income to where you want it to be, it's usually ugly. I mean, I've been here since the storage auction days where I can pay cash for a lot of my creature comforts and enjoy a pretty good lifestyle. But that took a lot of years of work. And once again, when you start talking about the truth, living a debt-free life, I'm just trying to tell y'all, there are so many benefits to living debt-free. I mean, you don't have to worry about they're coming to take your car. D Nice, only idiots take out loans to buy stocks because typically it does not end up well. It doesn't. Because, once again, people just don't want to hear this. But this is the way to do it. Get your debt paid off. Get out of debt. There was this girl who had $30,000 of student loans. She paid it off in 2 years. She got married. Her and her husband paid for their wedding cash. They saved up enough money to buy a Subaru Forester 25,000, pay cash, they have no debt. She's a keeper. I put it on my Facebook page. This chick is a keeper because when you don't have no debt, life is lovely. D Nice, don't take out a loan to buy stocks. I have a portfolio making 50% on stocks. I picked no 401k and all my cash. It takes time, dude. Don't take a loan out. Brittany S. agreed. I'm putting so much money towards my credit card debt that I would save otherwise. It's ridiculous. I mean, you know, it's like when I was that guy with the Citibank, MasterCard, the First Union Visa in my car, I didn't understand what I was getting myself into. So having this position that I have, because, you know, a lot of people are coming at me with the house thing, you know, I should be able to get 2 houses a year with my business income. Do that for 10 years, 20 houses, paid off, escalating rents. This is how you get wealthy in America. You don't get wealthy in America by borrowing money. I know Donald Trump would disagree. Some other people would disagree. But there's people who are skilled technicians who are using leverage to get rich. Because Grant Cardone, you know, he has a lot of cash coming in. You know the story of how he got that plane. They had $50 million in cash, and they were like slated to pay taxes on it. So Grant figured out a way to spend it in the company, ergo no taxes, and that's how he ended up with that plane. Black Caesar, if you need a loan to buy stocks, then something's automatically wrong with your financial strategy toward building long-term wealth. This is why you got to keep your economic bullets dry. Every time you take out a loan, you do something on credit, you weaken your income. There are people out there who are so in debt that all their money goes toward the service of debt. They have no money to save. They have no money to put away. They have no money to start a business. They have no money for an emergency fund. They are tapped out. And I don't want that to be you, because it just takes a few little changes. And I'm here to tell you, when you get debt free and you can still, like, you know, if I was going to do something stupid, I got enough money in the bank. I can go out and buy a Porsche. I could buy a Lambo right now, cash money. But that Lambo and that Porsche, they're not going to bring me any money in. Whereas I go out and buy this rental house, it's going to bring me money in month after month. So, you know, living debt free and being able to facilitate investment strategies without going into debt. And I put this out there, I'm going to put out this again. Many people borrow money for business, and they go out and they get this money for business, but they don't learn how to run the business. They don't learn how to do sales. They don't learn how to do marketing. Do that, and you'll bring money in without having to borrow it. There are business owners out there who are making $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year. Pure cash flow. That's where you want to be. D of J. It's also its generation after generation issue. Mental health. We need to be careful who we lay with. The issue of Big Booty Betty. Well, that is true. Well, first of all, you got to start with a plan. And you got to stick to your plan. Because no one just really sat down and said, hey, this is how America works. This is what you need to do. First of all, if you want to be wealthy in America, stay out of debt. Manage your debt loads. If you're going to go into debt, make sure you go into debt for good stuff. Like, if you need to borrow like $10 million to buy an apartment complex, the apartment complex flows like $1.2 million cash positive after servicing that debt. That's a good thing. That works. Don't just going out here getting in debt for stuff. And this is what happened. Like, a lot of people trying to, like, I was watching these people trying to figure out how to get this money off these credit cards. Whoo, boy. Because, see, if you do it wrong, they're going to shut your card off. And then call that money in and say, hey, you owe us X amount of dollars right now. And this is why we got to do a better job with our children. We got to talk to our children about money. We got to be like, hey, avoid debt. Because I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say you're 25, you meet this guy, he's 25. Neither one of you have debt. You both make $50,000, you make $100K a year. If you just for 3 or 4 years lived on one income and banked the rest, that will set up the rest of your life. It'll get you out of, you'll be paying cash for cars. You'll be able to have enough money to put a down payment on your house where you don't have PMI. I mean, that move would just change so many things so quickly. All right. Once again, 50% off until Sunday. Promo code is hustling. Any course at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. 50% off. So with that, I'll see you guys later.